Jai Sai Ram. Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 49, Part 2. Somadeva Swami. Now, hear the story of another man who came to try Baba. Baiji, brother of Kaka Sahib Dikshit, was staying at Nagpur. When he had gone to the Himalayas in 1906 AD, he made an acquaintance with one Somadeva Swami of Haridwar at Uttarkashi, down the Gangotri valley. Both took down each other's names in their diaries. 5 years afterward, Somadeva Swami came to Nagpur and was Bayaji's guest. There, he was pleased to hear the Leelas of Baba, and a strong desire arose in his mind to go to Shirdi to see him. He got a letter of introduction from Bayaji and left for Shirdi. After passing Manmad and Kopargan, he took a tanga and drove to Shirdi. As he came near Shirdi, he saw two high flags floating over the masjid in Shirdi. Generally, we find different ways of behavior, different modes of living, and different outward paraphernalia with different signs. But these outward signs should never be our standards to judge the worth of the saints. But with Somadeva Swami, it was different. As soon as he saw the flags flying, he thought, why should a saint take a liking for flags? Does this denote sainthood? It implies the saint's hankering after fame. Thinking thus, he wished to cancel his Shirdi trip and said to his fellow travelers that he would go back. They said to him, then why did you come all the way? If your mind gets restless by the sight of the flags, how much more agitated would you be on seeing in Shirdi the Ratha, the car, the palanquin, and the horse, and all other paraphernalia? The Swami got more confounded and said, not a few such sadhus with horse, palanquins, and tam-tams have I seen, and it's better for me to return than see such sadhus. Saying this, he started to return. The fellow travelers pressed him not to do so, but to proceed. They asked him to stop his crooked way of thinking and told him that the sadhu, that is Baba, did not care a bit for the flags and other paraphernalia, nor for fame. It was the people, his devotees, that kept up all these paraphernalia out of love and devotion to him. Finally, he was persuaded to continue his journey, go to Shirdi and see Baba. When he went and saw Baba from the courtyard, he was melted inside. His eyes were full of tears, his throat was choked, and all his evil and crooked thoughts vanished. He remembered his Guru saying that is our abode and place of rest, where the mind is most pleased and charmed. He wished to roll himself in the dust of Baba's feet, and he approached Baba. The latter got wild and cried out, let all our humbug be with us. You go back to your home. Beware if you come back to this masjid. Why take darshan of one who flies flag over his masjid? Is this a sign of sainthood? Remain here not a moment. The Swami was taken aback by surprise. He realized that Baba read his heart and spoke it out. How omniscient he was. He knew that he was least intelligent and that Baba was noble and pure. He saw Baba embracing somebody, touching somebody with his hand, comforting others, staring kindly at some, laughing at others, giving Udi Prasad to some, and thus pleasing and satisfying all. Why should he alone be dealt with so harshly? Thinking seriously, he came to realize that Baba's contact responded exactly to his inner thought, and that he should take a lesson from this and improve, and that Baba's wrath was a blessing in disguise. It is needless to say that later on, his faith in Baba was confirmed and he became a staunch devotee of Baba. Nanasaheb Chandorkar, Hemaband, concludes this chapter with the story of Nanasaheb Chandorkar. When Nanasaheb Chandorkar was sitting in the masjid with Mahalsabadi and others, a Mohammedan gentleman from Bijapur came with his family to see Baba. Seeing Gosha, that is the veiled ladies with him, Nanasaheb wanted to go away, but Baba prevented him from doing so. The ladies came and took the darshan of Baba. When one of the ladies removed her veil in saluting Baba's feet and then resumed it again, Nana Sahib, who saw her face, was so much smitten with her rare beauty and that he wished to see her face again. Knowing Nana's restlessness of mind, Baba spoke to him after the lady had left the place as follows: Nana, why are you getting agitated in vain? Let the senses do their allotted work or duty. We should not meddle with their work. God has created this beautiful world, and it is our duty to appreciate its beauty. The mind will get steady and calm slowly and gradually. When the front door was open, why go by the back one? When the heart is pure, there is no difficulty whatsoever. Why should one be afraid of anyone if there be no evil thought in us? The eyes may do their work. Why should you feel shy and tottering? Shama was there and he could not follow the meaning of what Baba said. So he asked Nana about this on their way home. Nana told him about his restlessness at the sight of the beautiful lady, how Baba knew it, and advised him about it. Nana explained Baba's meaning as follows: that our mind is fickle by nature. It should not be allowed to get wild. The senses may get restless. The body, however, should be held in check and not allowed to be impatient. Senses run after object, but we should not follow them and crave for their objects. By slow and gradual practice, restlessness can be conquered. We should not be swayed by the senses, but they cannot be completely controlled. We should curb them rightly and properly according to the need of the occasion. Beauty is the subject of sight. We should fearlessly look at the beauty of objects. There is no room for shyness or fear. Only we should never entertain evil thoughts, making the mind desireless. Observe God's work of beauty. In this way, the sense will be easily, naturally controlled, and even in enjoying objects, you will be reminded of God. If the outer senses are held in check, and if the mind be allowed to run after objects and be attached to them, our cycle of births and deaths will not come to an end. Objects of sense are things harmful. With viveka, that is discrimination, as our charioteer, we will control the mind and will not allow the senses to go astray. With such a charioteer, we reach the Vishnu Pada, the final abode, our real home, from which there is no return. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Sai Ram.